This morning, as former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin continues her so-called mystery bus tour, other Republican presidential hopefuls are also crisscrossing the country, trying to get the press to focus on them. CBS News political correspondent Jan Crawford has the latest right now from Washington for us this morning. Jan, good morning.
Well, good morning, Chris. As Sarah Palin is making her way up the East Coast in that bus, there is a lot going on elsewhere, like in Iowa and New Hampshire.
The Republican presidential hopefuls hit the trail this week. Former Minnesota Governor Tim Pawlenty was in Iowa, taking on President Obama.
His fluffy promises don't buy gas, and they don't pay the mortgage, and they don't make a paycheck.
Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann was greeting voters in New Hampshire.
People want change at the White House. They want to have their country back.
And Herman Cain, a Georgia businessman who will likely find himself second among GOP contenders in an Iowa poll out later today, released a new video.
Put your hands together for the next president of the United States.
In it, he makes a staunch defense of the Tea Party.
To all of those people who say that the Tea Party is a racist organization, eat your words. We love you.
But for the third straight day of her One Nation bus tour of historic sites, most of the attention was on non-candidate Sarah Palin. The media chased her by air and on the ground, and even got in the occasional question.
So you think you can beat President Obama? To put it concisely, yes, I do. Thank you for asking.
Palin did sit down for one interview with her employer, Fox News.
It's not pictures of Sarah Palin out on this bus, because this isn't about me. It is about our charters of liberty.
And then she was off to New York and a pizza dinner in Times Square with Donald Trump, who not too long ago was being chased by the media himself, as he also flirted with a presidential run. So the two of them together, a match made in media heaven.
Now, a Trump spokesman said he and Palin are friends and that they had talked about having dinner whenever she and her husband were in New York. He, of course, decided not to run for president and to keep that television show, Celebrity Apprentice. But whether Palin will take a similar path and stay with her television commitments and her speaking engagements and remain a celebrity and not a candidate, well, Chris, that is anyone's guess.
Well, Jen, this has been quite the clandestine bus tour here. I mean, choppers following it everywhere, coming to New York, meeting with Donald Trump. Does all this attention...
Right, a lot of cameras.
Yeah. Does all this attention on people that aren't running right now, like a Sarah Palin who has not officially announced her candidacy, or a Chris Christie, the governor of the state of New Jersey, does this reflect some real dissatisfaction among Republicans with the current field?
I think it does, Chris. Sarah Palin would get attention no matter who is running. She's just a phenomenon all into herself. But yes, there is some unhappiness among the current candidates, among Republicans. And we've seen top Republicans try to persuade other people to jump in. Yesterday, for example, a group of big-time Iowa businessmen flew to New Jersey for a meeting with Governor Christie. So far, he's saying he won't run. But I think when we see all this, we've got to look back. In many ways, this really is like 1992. Then it was the Democrats who were complaining about their candidates, and they were begging other people to get in, like Mario Cuomo. But when everyone in 1992 was looking for all those big names, begging people to get in, there was this obscure governor from Arkansas who was out there on the campaign trail meeting voters named Bill Clinton. So today, many Republicans think their next nominee is already in the race, and this is just a distraction, this effort to recruit somebody else to get in.
All right, Jan Crawford for us in D.C. this morning. Jan, thanks so much.